Good morning, this is the Paradise Unicorn Priestess, bringing you day 206 of A Course in Miracles, the Yin translation, where we use female words. This would be July 25th if you're starting at the new year. The meeting place. How bitterly does everyone tied to this world defend the specialness she wants to be the truth. Her wish is law to her, and she obeys. Nothing her specialness demands does she withhold. Nothing it needs does she deny to what she loves. And while it calls to her, she hears no other voice. No effort is too great, no cost too much, no price too dear to save her specialness from the least slight, the tiniest attack, the whispered doubt, the hint of threat, or anything but deepest reverence. This is your child, beloved of you as you are to your mother. Yet it stands in place of your creations, who are child to you, that you might share the motherhood of God, not snatch it from her. What is this child that you have made to be your strength? What is this child of earth on whom such love is lavished? What is this parody of God's creation that takes the place of yours? And where are they, now that the host of God has found another child whom she prefers to them? The memory of God shines not alone. What is within your sister still contains all of creation, everything created and creating, born and unborn as yet, still in the future or apparently gone by. What is in her is changeless, and your changelessness is recognized in its acknowledgement. The holiness in you belongs to her, and by your seeing it in her, returns to you. All of the tribute you have given specialness belongs to her, and thus returns to you. All of the love and care, the strong protection, the thought by day and night, the deep concern, the powerful conviction this is you, belong to her. Nothing you gave to specialness but is her due. And nothing due her is not due to you. How can you know your worth while specialness claims you instead? How can you fail to know it in her holiness? Seek not to make your specialness the truth, for if it were, you would be lost indeed. Be thankful rather it is given you to see her holiness, because it is the truth. And what is true in her must be as true in you. Ask yourself this: can you protect the mind? The body, yes, a little, not from time, but temporarily. And much you think you save, you hurt. What would you save it for? For in that choice lie both its health and harm. Save it for show, as bait to catch another fish, to house your specialness in better style, or weave a frame of loveliness around your hate, and you condemn it to decay and death. And if you see this purpose in your sisters, such is your condemnation of your own. Weave rather than a frame of holiness around her, that the truth may shine on her and give you safety from decay. The mother keeps what she created safe. You cannot touch it with the false ideas you made, because it was created not by you. Let not your foolish fancies frighten you. What is immortal cannot be attacked. What is but temporal has no effect. Only the purpose that you see in it has meaning, and if that is true, its safety rests secure. If not, it has no purpose, and is means for nothing. Whatever is perceived as means for truth shares in its holiness, and rests in its light as safely as itself. Nor will that light go out when it is gone. Its holy purpose gave it immortality, setting another light in heaven, where your creations recognize a gift from you, a sign that you have not forgotten them. The test of everything on earth is simply this: what is it for? The answer makes it what it is for you. It has no meaning of itself, yet you can give reality to it, according to the purpose that you serve. Here you are but means along with it. God is a means as well as end. In heaven, means and end are one, and one with her. This is the state of true creation, found not within time, but in eternity. To no one here is this describable, nor is there any way to learn what this condition means. Not till you go past learning to the given, not till you make again a holy home for your creations, is it understood. A co-creator with the mother must have a child. Yet must this child have been created like herself, a perfect being, all-encompassing and all-encompassed, nothing to add and nothing taken from, not born of size, nor place, nor time, nor held to limits or uncertainties of any kind. Here do the means and end unite as one, nor does this one have any end at all. All this is true, and yet it has no meaning to anyone who still retains one unlearned lesson in her memory, one thought with purpose still uncertain, or one wish with a divided aim. This course makes no attempt to teach what cannot easily be learned. Its scope does not exceed your own, except to say that what is yours will come to you when you are ready. Here are the means and the purpose separate, because they were so made and so perceived, and therefore do we deal with them as if they were. It is essential it be kept in mind that all perception still is upside down until its purpose has been understood. Perception does not seem to be a means, and it is this that makes it hard to grasp the whole extent to which it must depend on what you see it for. Perception seems to teach you what you see, yet it but witnesses to what you taught. It is the outward picture of a wish, an image that you wanted to be true. Look at yourself, and you will see a body. Look at this body in a different light, and it looks different. And without a light, it seems that it is gone. Yet you are reassured that it is there, because you can still feel it with your hands and hear it move. Here is an image that you want to be yourself. It is the means to make your wish come true. It gives the eyes with which you look on it, the hands that feel it, the ears with which you listen to the sounds it makes. It proves its own reality to you. Thus is the body made a theory of yourself, with no provisions made for evidence beyond itself, and no escape within its sight. Its course is sure, when seen through its own eyes. It grows and withers, flourishes and dies, and you cannot conceive of you apart from it. You brand it sinful and you hate its acts, judging it evil, yet your specialness whispers, "Here is my own beloved child in whom I am well pleased." Thus does the child become the means to serve her mother's purpose, not identical, not even like, but still a means to offer the mother what she wants. Such is the travesty on God's creation, for as her child's creation gave her joy and witness to her love and shared her purpose, so does the body testify to the idea that made it and speak for its reality and truth. And thus are two children made, and both appear to walk this earth without a meeting place and no encounter. One do you perceive outside yourself, your own beloved child. The other rests within, her mother's child, within your sister, as she is in you. Their difference does not lie in how they look, nor where they go, nor even what they do. They have a different purpose. It is this that joins them to their like, and separates each from all aspects with a different purpose. The child of God retains her mother's will. The child of woman perceives an alien will and wishes it were so. And thus does her perception serve her wish by giving it appearances of truth. Yet can perception serve another goal? It is not bound to specialness but by your choice, and it is given you to make a different choice and use perception for a different purpose. And what you see will serve that purpose well and prove its own reality to you. This text reading is called The Meeting Place, but I'm not sure why, because it speaks of two children. One is the truth, the true one child of God, the unity of all creation. And the other is the separate self, the specialness, the body, the ego that we protect so fiercely, so devotedly. We get so fearful if this separate self feels threatened, and we get offended if something seems offensive to the thriving and the reputation of this separate self. So we have this comparison of these two children, the one real one and the one illusory one, and it says that they have no meeting place. So yeah, I'm confused as to why it is called the meeting place. Another important theme in this text reading is the purpose of things. It says the test of everything on earth is, what is it for? It talks about how in this illusion, nothing has any inherent meaning. It only has the meaning that we give it. And that meaning is in its purpose. So it speaks of our perception. Our default perception is upside down. This harkens back to the very beginning of A Course in Miracles. It talks about how our perception is upside down and it needs to be flipped. And this is, it can be chaotic, and there are shallow roots that need to be uprooted because they can't nourish us. And it seems to be tied to purpose, that everything that we see will be completely different if we see its purpose as different, and that is the key to perception. That seems very important. A Course in Miracles also often speaks of the states in heaven. Well, there's really only one state, right? Just different ways of describing it. And it frequently says these things can't be understood right now, only hinted at. And so it will touch on how things are very different in heaven. It's beyond our understanding. And then it will step away saying this cannot actually be explained or understood at this point. So we're going to go back to the practical. So it says that in heaven, means and end are one and the same. Not surprising, since heaven is about unity and homogeneity, all being the same and all being one. It says that since means and end in this illusory realm seem to be different, the Course will, for practicality's sake, deal with them as though they were different, even while it's acknowledging that they are one and the same. A Course in Miracles also frequently talks about our role in heaven as creation, and it speaks of our creations and how when we have forgiven the illusory world and wake up fully, we will perceive our creations and be reunited with them. And I have often wondered what that is, and wondered as I study if it refers to all the rest of creation as being our creations. Because when we are whole and complete, we are the same as God. We are united. And this seems to suggest that that's true, because it uses child with a capital C, which it uses when referring to the unity of all creation. It says that we are co-creator with the mother and must have a child. So it's kind of this paradox that we are in this separated form. We are these seemingly broken off, fractured shards of God. When we come together in unity, we are the child, the one child, but that the child is the same as the mother. They are one and the same. That's the paradox. In a previous text reading, it did say that when we are able to see the face of the one child, basically when we're able to see the oneness complete, it will barely be for an instant before we disappear into God. And maybe that is kind of why it even speaks of a separation between mother and child, because the mother represents the origin and the child represents the part that had the mad idea, that went exploring into the illusion. And that once the child is healed and back together in unity and wakes up to the fact that it never happened, that's when the child, in essence, dissolves into the mother and they become one. And that's the mystery here. So where does this one child of God rest? It says it rests both within us and within our sister. And that's what we need to see, not all of the forms that the illusion takes. The thing is, we don't know how to forgive. We don't know how to see differently. The Course is not asking us to. It's asking us to be willing to see differently, to be willing to be wrong, to offer that up. That's our offering. And that's where the miracle happens, in that space. I'd like to read again part that I think is key. Whatever is perceived as means for truth shares in its holiness and rests in light as safely as itself, nor will that light go out when it is gone. Its holy purpose gave it immortality. We are being asked to be willing to see everything as holy, because that is the truth. And that light in everything will live forever beyond the form that is transient and passes away. As a previous text reading said, are we willing to see our sister sinless? To see our sister innocent? We cannot do that while seeing her as a body. Another key part of what I'm seeing in this text reading is all of the lavish protection we give to our separate self belongs to our sister. And this goes back to what Jesus said when on the earth. Love your sister as yourself. All of the effort that we put into maintaining our separate self, all of that honor is due to our other self, our sister, and every single sister without exception. Can we be that loving to absolutely every single part of the creation without exception? Wow, I'm not there yet. But this is inspiring me to want to be. Lesson 206, review of Lesson 186. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. 186. Salvation of the world depends on me. I am entrusted with the gifts of God because I am her child, and I would give her gifts where she intended them to be. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. That is our brief review. Happy practicing.